Alright guys, I am out here in beautiful San Salvador Island. This is the Bahamas. And I got a little something new here. The guys over at Chameleon Antenna sent me this, I mean like hours before I left for this trip. I had to do a little repacking so I could bring this thing, and I brought it in a super slim down mode. I mean, we are talking, I brought about half of what was included with this antenna. But what really makes this thing magic, it's got this little guy here, and we'll do a little close-up of that. And that is a compensator. My friends, that little bugger right there will get you to be able to work up to 65 watts. It's already been like 8 hours. We haven't even left the airport.
Yeah.
And we've been put on 3 different flights. This is the 3rd flight we've been put on. So hopefully we get there. Ready to go.
After a day and a half of sleeping in airports, we finally arrived at Nassau, Bahamas.
And on the 3rd day, we were in a dive site called Cathedrals, and our dive master, Betsy, had shot a lionfish, and I was up above filming it. The shark came along and took it right off of her spear, and next thing I know, I've got 2 sharks coming right at me, and they bang into my camera.
K6UDA, Charlie 6, Alpha Kilo Alpha, Charlie 6, Alpha Kilo Alpha for the San Salvador Island expedition. So, I am here in beautiful San Salvador Island, Bahamas. I'm stationed here at the Riding Rock Resort. It is, it's about 90 degrees out. It is beautiful. There's a storm front kind of coming in, chopping up the water, so they called off the afternoon dive. So I decided I'm going to come in here and I'm going to play a little radio. I'm going to show you guys me playing a little radio. Outside here, I have the brand new, unreleased Chameleon P-Loop 2.0. This thing has a few special features. Number one, it has an 80-meter element, which I did not bring because space and weight were a huge concern. This is a little piece of magic that Chameleon developed. It's going to let this antenna handle up to 65 watts. Now, I don't need the thing on because I'm running QRP. And that's because with all the gear that I bring to these dive expeditions, I can only afford the bare minimum. I barely got to take a PX3 with me. So between the PX3, the KX3, I've got a loop antenna, and I have a piece of wire. I've also got my trusty SARC 110 antenna analyzer. This thing comes in very, very handy for getting things dialed in. So anyway, right now I'm calling CQ on 14.222, and I'm doing it by pressing a button. Pretty sweet, huh?
Alpha Kilo Alpha Charlie 6 Alpha Kilo Alpha for the San Salvador Island expedition.
Well, boys and girls, what do you do when your diaphragm gets cut short or cut off for the day due to weather? Yeah, that's right. Little drinking, little CQ.
Hey, here's the DX. And big waves. Big tasty waves.
Station with the Whiskey 1 in the call. Come again?
Whiskey 1 Bravo, Bravo something. Bravo, Bravo, Charlie.
Roger, the Whiskey 1 Bravo, Bravo, Charlie. How are you from San Salvador Island?
Little guy here, and we'll do a little close-up of that. And that is a compensator. My friends, that little bugger right there will get you to be able to work up to 65 watts on a magnetic loop antenna. Now, for you guys that want to run the little Hard Rock 50s, that is fantastic. For us guys that have the Elecraft amps, the 100 watt amps, well, we tune them down just a little bit, and we'll run them at 50 watts. And I'm holding my microphone here. So yeah, this is my big furry friend here, and I'm gonna hold this thing so all the wind noise doesn't blow everything away. Anyway, guys, out here in San Salvador, I call this my vacation of thirds, because it originally was supposed to be 2/3 scuba diving out here, 1/3 operating with this, and making some DX contacts with my buddy Ty, who's also here on the island. This kind of turned into my vacation of 1/3. 1/3 diving, 1/3 sick on my ass in bed, and I still can't clear enough to go diving, can't clear my ears enough to go get back in the water, and 1/3 operating and playing ham radio. So I guess I got to do a little more ham radio than I anticipated, but I came here with a purpose, and that was to go scuba diving. I also came here with another purpose. That was to introduce you guys to this new Chameleon P-Loop 2.0, brand new. This thing will be hitting the market here about the time you see this video. The antenna has performed fairly well, provided the conditions were just absolute crap all week. I did make a contact with Dr. Balun back in Auburn, California. That's what? A 3,000 some odd mile hop on 15 watts with the KX3 plugged into the wall, and this thing's sitting out on my balcony. I really like the form factor again. The new one, the 2.0, it comes with a bigger loop here and a bigger loop up here, which is going to give you 80 meters. Very, very cool. This is the 40 through 10 meter loop, just like before. It does have this compensator on here, and it just kind of screws right onto the side and works. They've redone the tuning knob. It's an even bigger tuning knob, and it's even easier to handle. And this is, my friends, this is a real world situation. This wasn't me playing around in the backyard testing the thing. I took this and I ended up having to use it because working a wire out here just didn't work. On the back here, this comes off with a bayonet lug, just like on your AR-15 rifle. That's how that works. Very, very cool. And Chameleon now is including this handy little tripod. This tripod extends pretty well, gives you some room to operate. I've got it collapsed down here. It's my last day on the island. This is in scuba diving lingo, this is what we call our off-gassing day, where you don't dive, you allow the body to decompress and get rid of all the nitrogen that's built up in your body. It's a great day for sightseeing or doing whatever. Well, I had my vacation of thirds, where I did 1/3 diving, 1/3 sick in bed, and 1/3 operating here on the island. And I got to test out that Chameleon antenna, that loop, under a real world condition. Now, I'm not going to make any claims that this thing is some miracle, but I did make several contacts on, what was it? 17 and 20 meters. Made several contacts there. It wasn't easy, but I made the contacts. I tried on 40 meters. I mean, I gave it a huge shot on 40 meters. I could not make a contact. I even got on the OMIS 40 meter net last night, and I got on their net logger. I logged in. I found an internet connection, logged in, and told them I was in the Bahamas and I wanted to check in. They were listening for me. And I mean, you're talking about 50 guys around the country in the US, and nobody heard me on 40 meters. Hell, I don't know if it's the antenna. I don't know if it's the fact that I was only at 15 watts. I don't know if it's the fact that propagation sucks, or that I'm 300 miles from Nassau and at least 500 miles from from continental US. So I don't know. The great thing about the P-loop, I was able to pack this in a suitcase. No fuss, no muss, man. This thing, it breaks down and sets up in just a matter of minutes. A lot of you old curmudgeons, let's say, you all call bullshit. You say, I say I'm on a de-expedition, you say bullshit. No, Navassa is a de-expedition. Herd Island is a de-expedition. Yeah, those are real de-expeditions. But do you have to live in a freaking tent on a desert island with no infrastructure for that to be considered a de-expedition? I think not. I consider my de-expedition, I'm DX from the US, I'm DX from hell. Anywhere I've ever been, it's kind of expeditionary because I've never been here. So guys, don't let the old crusty f***ers tell you that you can't make your vacation a DX vacation. You know what? It's fun. bring a radio, bring whatever you can or whatever you want to, and make the most of it. I did make contacts in Puerto Rico, which, hell, I never talked to Puerto Rico. So that was like a big thrill to me. There again. Oh yeah, you might have noticed today I'm happy hairy head wound. Yeah, I got banged in the boat. Oh, there's a naked chick up on the balcony. That's cool too. Gotta love this place. Hey, guys, again, if you like this video, please give it the thumbs up. And if you haven't already subscribed, hit that subscribe button right down there by the sand beneath my feet. And as always, I'm still sick. But, hey, I'm Bob, aka Charlie 6 Alpha Kilo Alpha. Like that? Yeah, that's actually my call sign here. I'm Charlie 6, aka I'm aka K6UDA. I'm out of here, guys. 7-3.